Lots of people love theme parks, but for me, theme parks have always been far too, well, horizontal. So today I'm going to be attempting to create a vertical theme park within Planet Coaster amongst a cliff face. As you can see, they all just appear out of these weird portals. Ignore the giant burger with shoes coming through the ceiling. Not much here currently, other than that, which I forgot I added. And this here is the big cliff face itself. So for this I'm not going to be doing any construction on ground level. I think the obvious place to start off is surely the paths. There is this neat feature called tunneling, which as you can see just goes straight through the cliff. Ideally might have a bit of trouble with this one. Actually already this does not look too bad at all. Not quite wheelchair accessible unfortunately. This is just kind of the start pavement I've created. We can definitely add more later. I've added a hat shop just as a reward for the journey. Don't ask how they managed to get into the kiosk in the first place. Yeah, the real tough part here is just going to be managing to fit things in within the cliff. Okay, already the pavements are completely breaking. Actually, I've just thought about it. These bathrooms, where does the sewage actually go? A bit of a worry. Oh, and where does the water come from? Just a little bit cramped. This vendor is half inside the wall, so perhaps not the greatest courier. We only treat our employees with the highest respect, of course. Managing to fit these in is really difficult. Okay, I mean, this is kind of there. Just realised how thin some of these walls are. That could literally collapse at like any second. The issue here is it is going half through the ceiling. I'm sure that will be fine. Where are all of our customers? Okay, we do have one person coming up. We can have the guest camera, very exciting view. Right, I'm thinking ahead, and I reckon we should go for a staff building. I don't want to treat my staff too well, so I'm going to place it at the very bottom of the cliff. This is the worst staff building I've ever seen. You can only access the lowest floors. Any injuries caused by leaving these staff rooms are not our fault. I know I said I wasn't going to build anything down here, but I might make a really long path that goes around like the entire edge of the park, just so that if you don't want to pay park entry, that is an option for you. This is just if you want to have a look at the local scenery. I'm not going to put any attractions along here. And there we go, pretty much connected. Okay, we've missed a lot of sails. The scenery should be a big part of this. I want this to look like, you know, a realistic, decent cliff. There are a nice few rocks, really blend in with the staff building. I think that kind of covers up the staff building. I think we've nailed the little start zone at least. That does kind of look okay. We are now getting a few visitors for the ride. This is how it looks. Just a bit nauseating. Perhaps a bit noisy. With the worst colour scheme of all time. Some Christmas music just to confuse them. Or maybe just turn off the music entirely. Yeah, this is our first look at one of our rides. Quite noisy. Doubly laggy. And it gets so close to the cliff top. Oh, that does go straight through. Yeah, they are all dead at this point. It doesn't even matter if you keep your arms and head inside the carriage, you will still get crushed to death. Okay, so they are literally going through the top. A bit of a flaw in the construction, maybe. I'm going to try and fit a track ride as well. I reckon we could go for something really great. If we go for like a water-based ride, it could be a kind of waterfall feature. Go for some wacky swirls. That kind of looks alright. The water doesn't quite trickle down, I'm afraid. Look at it from their perspective. Watch out. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they are definitely gone. They're just making their natural route over to the sea. It's quite nice in a way. Oh, that one didn't make it. Come on, you can do it. Ah. I mean, I did want a nice natural waterfall, add a little bit to the landscape, but, you know, two huge blue pillars made of metal, pretty much the same thing. How about a real coaster this time? Add something a bit exciting. I mean, that doesn't quite blend in with the mountain. Notice the tracks can go a lot higher than the terrain can. Oh, now that's a big drop. And just slowly rotate it round so it's the normal orientation. I'm going to try using the ride camera, see how this looks. Definitely goes up quite high. You can see the birds, that's nice. Almost at the top now, it's been a while. Everyone scream. Whoa, that looks high. Okay, I have a feeling that's probably got a lot of achievements. You can't quite see them, I'm afraid. Scream if you want to go faster. The hardest part of this is probably just going to be connecting up the paths. Definitely having difficulties with this. Oh dear, that doesn't look quite good. Why was it no excitement? Yeah, the excitement is way too low, the fear's too high, and the nausea is pretty high as well. It looks more like there's scaffolding around the side of the cliff. Maybe they're doing a little bit of maintenance. I take it back, you can't even see the mountain. But as great as this one is, it's causing so much lag, I'm going to have to get rid of it. The one negative about putting the staff rooms so far away is that we're not getting any staff members for these buildings. Oh, this part is an absolute mess now. I'm going to try and make a nice relaxing train. I feel that could fit this segment quite well. And this will be our attempt at a train ride. It's a nice relaxing train ride. I didn't think things through, this already is not working. Now that the tracks go straight through the cliff a couple of times, I'm sure the train will be fine. It's a stunt train, it's prepared for these things. I'm struggling a little to do an autocomplete, although I'm sure it should be possible. I'm not sure why, but it seems to be unable to decrease the height at all. Give it time, see if it can. Okay, that does not complete it. Oh, I could have added multiple stations, but that takes the fun out of the long walk. You know, before I started this, I actually kind of thought, you know, nice wooden walkways, nice scenery, this could look okay. I've definitely disproved that. I mean, that still kind of looks like it's built into the cliff face. I mean, kind of. Wow, that path is broken. There's a tiny gap that you could just slip through on the side there. Just be careful with the kids that they don't slip through any of the gaps in the railings. Or, you know, if you don't like your kids, then just let them be free. I think this is genuinely a kind of good idea. I've got a Ferris wheel here so that the circle kind of lines up with the circle in the background. I promise you it's a great idea. Believe it or not, this is again connected. That path somehow does lead down there. At least I think so. Okay, maybe I'll add a shopping centre at like the very edge of the cliff. It kind of looks poetic in a weird way. I mean, if nothing else, this might make a really good thumbnail. I've connected all of the shops apart from Chief Beef, but that's okay, we're just, you know, half vegan friendly. We make the products, we just don't sell them. Just pretend that these are all connected. Nice natural looking path there for you. Just a little bit of decoration and this path should blend in perfectly. Yeah, an absolute wonderful forest on top. I want to see where one of the guests actually goes to manage to get to the Ferris wheel. It's quite a long walk. Well, at least this ride's popular. You know, I think I have done most of what I can do to my best abilities. This design doesn't seem to be my forte, so I will perhaps finish off with one more ride at the end. I'm interested to what this one does. I'm not sure this quite blends in with the landscape. Could be mistaken for just a really odd waterfall. I did not realise that these supports just extend straight off the edge. I think anyone will notice this isn't a real cliff. Might be just a little bit artificial. I've added some interesting angles to this one, so I'm hoping this should be okay. Okay, this is our final ride, it goes up quite high. Almost up the end of the track. It seems to take a while. And there we go. A nice calm end. Too scary, too nauseating, and exceeds GeForce limits. You can't deny, it's pretty interesting at least. Nothing has happened at all. Bye.